Oh, good morning, Matt.
Good morning, Chloe. How are you this morning?
I'm great. How are you?
Mm, so good.
How's your coffee?
Oh my goodness, it's good. Yeah, no, and it's in my Yeti, so it's still warm, which is fantastic.
Oh, that's
Even
great.
though it's crazy, like gross outside and hot and nasty
Oh, yeah.
already, and it's not even 10
Yeah.
a.m. I still like
Uh,
hot coffee.
yeah. Heat advisory for yesterday, today, and tomorrow, I believe, in the Boston
Oh
area.
my
So
goodness.
stay cool. All right. Keep the
Stay
shades
cool out
closed.
there.
Get that keep that sun out of your house. Turn your air on.
Yeah, keep that sun out of your house.
That's how you keep it cool.
Yeah. Oh no, we've got all our shades drawn. We have two window units that are working overtime,
Hmm.
and I have a fan blowing directly on me right now. So because I'm
Perfect.
a sweater, I
Yeah.
like doing live shows and things like that. I tend to sweat quite a bit,
Yeah.
uh, and I don't want that here.
You know what's interesting? Because I'm a very interesting person. Uh,
What's
like,
interesting, Chloe?
as a fitness professional,
Mm.
I don't mind sweating,
Hmm.
but I find it like inconvenient for my shower schedule, and
What's
that's
your
part of
shower
the
like?
reason.
You have a shower schedule? Like,
Well, I don't want to overwash my hair too much, partly because I'm just like a dry person in general, but also like when you have color like this to preserve it, like
mhm.
washing it less is a good idea. I'm like dry shampoo all day, every day. Um, but that's actually part of the reason that I really like heavy lifting is that you don't sweat as much. You do a lot of work real fast and then you rest for 2 minutes and then you do it again.
Yeah, that doesn't sound in the slightest anything I would like to do. Like that's. I mean, I'm glad you love doing it, and that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh, I've
But
been
I
missing my
go.
barbell like crazy.
Oh, really? Do you not have barbells at home that you use?
No, I have a couple kettlebells. I have some like TRX straps and stuff like that, but it's all of the more like smaller portable stuff for
Mm.
like heavy lifting, deadlifts, squats, stuff like that. I don't have like a rack or anything.
What do you
Um,
What do you bench? Like I hear
oh my
people ask that
bench,
question. I hear people
bro,
ask that
what you
question a lot.
benching?
What are you benching, bro?
I don't. I'm gonna say I don't really care about bench.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Hot take.
I hot take everybody. I will do it, but just because of shoulder instability and stuff, and I just like don't enjoy it as much. I love deadlifting. Deadlifting is my favorite because it has the potential to lift the most amount of weight.
And that is when you lift dead bodies, correct? That is
Correct.
deadlifting is you
Off the ground.
off the ground.
Yeah, straight up.
No,
Uh,
what is deadlifting
so
for those that
deadlifting
might not
is
know?
the barbell, it's the long bell. And you lift it off the ground so the bar is like in front of you and you just stand up with a really heavy weight in your hands.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
it's
sounds
that one.
pretty. That sounds pretty easy.
Yeah, the record was recently broken by the guy who played the Mountain on Game of Thrones.
I mean, that's not surprising. That
Yeah,
guy is huge.
my deadlift max, the best I've ever done, was 265 pounds. The Mountain lifted over 1,000 pounds.
What?
Yeah, you can lift an insane amount of weight.
Well, I mean, he did squish that guy's head like a grape.
He, it's it was gone.
Spoiler: if you haven't
Spoiler.
seen Game of Thrones, I mean, I'm sorry, it's over. You should have watched
Man,
it. But the mountain
immediately.
squeezes a guy's head. I won't say
Yeah,
who. How about that? I won't say who.
yeah, that helps.
Yeah, just you don't want the spoilers. I
You know what the
apologize.
spoilers. Look, a lot of people are just like watching shows right now to get them through this time, and We can't spoil
Yeah.
that for them.
We can't spoil that for them. Oh, speaking of shows, I don't want to do like a what you watching, but I did start watching the Airbender cartoon that you recommended. I'm still in the first season, but it's very good. It's
my
very entertaining.
show.
I was like, this show has potential of getting me very emotionally invested.
Yeah, sorry.
So thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Hey, let's do our trivia of the day.
Let's
I love
do our
that.
trivia.
Today's really cool. So today, back in 1969 was the year that Apollo 11 landed on the moon.
Wow.
We landed on the moon.
We landed on the moon. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So that's our fact today. This is Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and there was one other guy that just kind of kept orbiting.
Just never gets mentioned.
Because he never got onto the moon. He just kind of
well, somebody had to stay on the ship. He's the real hero.
Yeah.
Michael Collins.
Michael Collins. Sure. That sounds right. I would never dream of arguing with Mike, who is our wonderful tech person. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Mike.
Yeah,
there it is.
And there's the mountain.
Oh my gosh, his legs are like tree trunks.
Yeah.
Like
Mike,
sequoias.
Could you go onto Chloe's Facebook and find a picture of her deadlifting, and we can put those two side by side just so we can see how much Chloe actually in real life resembles the mountain.
Okay. Yeah. It's going to be close. It's going to be uncanny.
Uncanny. So while he's doing that, we're going to give you your trivia question for the day. It's also moon based.
Excellent.
Since it is Moon Day.
Moon Day Monday.
Moon Day Monday. This is a pretty simple question. How many moons are in our solar system? Hint, it's over 50.
It's over 9,000. No, it's just over 50.
It's over 50. It's not, and it's less than 9,000. So there's your
range. You should be able to narrow it down.
50, 9,000. So you have that range to work in.
Yes.
Perfect. So you can think about that for the remainder of the show, and we'll fill you in on the answer next week.
Is it birthdays now?
Oh my goodness, it is birthdays. Thank you, because I forget. I forget birthdays until the very end.
I can't forget birthdays. I love birthdays. I'm fairly good at remembering dates, but I'm better. They do have so many.
So you have to take that into consideration, Loaf.
That's true. I'm pretty good with like dates, but mostly I remember people's zodiac signs. And I'm like, yeah, the birthday's in June. I don't know when, but it's coming up.
Yeah. I am horrible with birthdays. I forget them all the time. Thankfully, Facebook tells me when people's birthdays are. But then I'm like, oh man. Sometimes I don't see until like the end of the day, and then I feel super bad.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
It's fine. It's your birthday is a celebration that stretches over a week.
Oh, I always do at least a week of birthday celebrations. So today, as far as birthdays go, two very cool birthdays today. Carlos Santana, the amazing musician. It is his birthday today. And also Sandra Oh.
She's great.
I love Sandra Oh.
She's amazing.
Have you seen Killing Eve?
I haven't yet, but I've heard it's so good because that's by Phoebe Waller-Bridge is one of the writers on that show.
Oh, really? I do love her. It was her birthday last week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No. What's the not Scumbag? What's the
Fleabag?
Name? Fleabag. Yeah. Scumbag's a worse show. That's just. But no, Fleabag was so good. I never saw you saw the live show, right?
No, I did
Oh,
not.
I thought you saw it on when they were showing it at a theater in Boston. They were like
I was
showing
talking
the.
about it, but I couldn't. I didn't end up making it. I may regret it for the rest of my life.
Yes, Sandra Oh was amazing when she teamed up with Rob Thomas.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And then later this week, tomorrow is Cat Stevens and Robin Williams. Robin Williams' birthday is tomorrow. R.I.P. Robin Williams. Wednesday,
I love
Alex
those
Trebek.
people.
And
Oh.
I'm getting too old for this shit. Danny Glover is
Mhm.
on the birthday. Woody Harrelson, Alison Krauss on Thursday. And then Friday, Jennifer Lopez. Happy birthday, J-Lo.
It's Leo season soon.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
What is it now? What are we now? We're in Gemini now, right?
We're in Cancer.
We're still in Cancer?
Still in Cancer season. We got like 1 or 2 more days.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's Gemini next, right?
No, it's Leo next.
Oh, see, I really know
Gemini
my
is
signs.
before Cancer.
Okay.
Leo is after Cancer.
Got it.
It's the whole summer.
No, that would make sense because my wife's
makes
birthday is in August and she's a Leo.
There you go.
It would make
And
sense.
it's my friend Lisa Oakley's birthday today. Happy birthday, Lisa.
Oh, happy birthday, Lisa!
Yeah.
Great. And if you know what, out there in the internet land, if you if it's somebody's birthday and you want us to give them a shout out on a Monday, just shoot us an email, hwmorningshow at gmail.com. Yeah,
Gmail.com.
Gmail. So let's bring out our first guest. We've bantered on long enough. I think it's time to get the show on the proverbial road. I am so excited to have our first guest today. She is one of the co-artistic directors of the Entropy Theater, a new theater company that was started here in Boston. She is also on the was on the Improv Boston touring company with me. Big fan of the show. Very excited to have her on. Let's welcome Kaylee Kane. Kaylee.
Hi.
Hi, Kaylee.
Good morning.
Hello, world.
Oh, no.
Hello, world.
Can you
Thanks
hear
for having
Kaylee?
me.
Because I can't hear Kaylee.
Oh, I can hear Kaylee.
You can hear
Uh-oh.
Kaylee just fine?
Oh,
Okay, I want
yeah.
you to
Good.
talk to Kaylee. I'm going to leave and come back.
All right. You get some more coffee.
I'm going to go get some more coffee. I'll be
Bye,
right back.
Matt.
Kaylee,
Hi, Chloe.
tell
How
us
are you?
about Entropy Theater.
Yeah, absolutely. Entropy Theater is the theater company that I started a couple of years ago with a few friends of mine in Boston. We really started the company because we just didn't see anybody in Boston doing things the way that we like to do things. So we saw a need and we wanted to fill it. We do a lot of queer theater specifically. Last year, our full season was a devised piece that we kind of brought a bunch of queer artists together and made ourselves. And we also did The Moors by Jen Silverman, which is a terrific play.
Oh, cool.
And we did Rocky Horror in the summer.
Wow.
Which is a classic. So we had it was like a brand new play, kind of an old classic, and then something that we made ourselves last year.
That's amazing.
Yeah. We have a fun time.
What was your favorite one to work on?
Oh, it's like picking my favorite baby. We birthed them all. It's so difficult to decide. They were also different, really.
Yeah.
You know, The Moors is the most recent.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why it's coming to mind.
Fresher in your memory.
Yeah, they all really were just so different. Like Rocky Horror we did over the summer, and that was a co-production with some other theaters on the Seacoast, and we toured that around a few different cities around Seacoast, Massachusetts and New Hampshire. And Rocky Horror starts at midnight. That's that's the tradition.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah, so that was a really different experience to be starting a show at midnight, going past 2 a.m. So that was such an interesting experience, not even as an artist, but just as like a friend also of all of these people that we were up all hours of the night, every single night. You know, we got to know like the 24-hour Dunkin' Donuts workers across the street very well. Yeah, but the Moors was just an amazing artistic experience. I was actually in the cast of that show. So I wasn't doing as much behind the scenes because I was doing a lot in front of the scenes.
Yeah.
So that was wonderful.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Matt.
Hey,
Hi, Matt.
hi, I can hear you now.
Oh, good. I'm so glad.
I'm one. Yeah, thank you. No, I was listening to to you talking about all the shows that you did this last season, and
Mhm.
Rocky Horror. I mean,
Yeah.
was that your first experience with Rocky Horror? Had you done anything with Rocky before?
I had never done anything with Rocky before.
Oh.
We were actually approached to do this co-production. So this was not something we kind of approached and picked out ourselves, but we were so excited to learn about like the culture of it. And it was a really exciting opportunity for us because there's so much that is wonderful about Rocky Horror. There's so much like camaraderie and artistic spirit in the tradition. But we also learned about a lot of toxicity that exists in that culture as well with Rocky shows. A lot of like sexual harassment that has happened. A lot of that kind of thing that goes on
Yeah.
with those late night, midnight shows if you're not, you know, holding the audience in the room in the right way.
Yeah.
And I, as a consent professional, this is mostly what I was doing on this show, is it was a really exciting opportunity for me to take what is great about that show and kind of nix everything
Yeah.
that is toxic about it and create an environment where audiences could come in wearing outrageous outfits. Actors could come in and be their just biggest, most outrageous selves on stage and never worried that they were going to get harassed, never worried that they were, you know, that was the goal. We wanted to make it a really safe space for everybody to do really brave things inside
Yeah.
of.
Yeah, that was the
And-
first time I ever did drag. I was
Yeah.
a freshman. I was a freshman in college, and I went up to a different college town was showing, like had the showings of Rocky Horror at this at this theater that they would that still. Oh, I think it actually just shut down, but it was like this amazing like old theater, and it was a lot. It was so cool to see all those people.
Yeah.
But-
And
but
people
yeah, I can-
love it. You know, people love doing that show and people love being a part of it. And I love that the audience is a part of it because I'm not a huge fan of the theater that's just like come in, sit down and be quiet. That's just not my style. So I love how involved the audience is and how much they care about what's going on in that room. So it was just a really wonderful experience to take a look at that spirit and say like, how do we have all of the energy and none of the, you know, gross stuff that goes on.
Yeah.
And I think that I hope and I think that we succeeded in that environment. Everybody constantly talked about like how supported they felt in that environment and how much fun they had, which was really our goal.
Yeah,
Well, that's
absolutely.
really when people do their best work, is when they feel safe and comfortable.
Exactly. I so agree, Chloe. I say that all the time. I think there are a lot of theater practitioners that are like worried about making things super consent forward because they're afraid it's going to like limit people. And what I always say is that people do their best work when they feel taken care of, you know, when they feel like they're going to be safe in this environment. That's when they can actually reach their maximum potential as an artist.
Yeah, and you've done like intimacy workshops. Is that right?
I
Can you
have.
talk a
I've
little
done
bit
some.
about that?
Yeah, tell
Sure.
us
Yeah,
about that.
I've done some at Improv Boston. I do intimacy work around the theater community as well. So Rocky Horror was one of the productions that I did. I served as an intimacy director on that show, which basically meant that I was, you know, working on taking care of everybody in the room, making sure that everything was super consensual, making sure that there's a lot of sexy stuff in Rocky Horror, and so
It's a
Very
sexy.
sexy
It's a
show.
sexy show.
sexy show. That's what it's all about, right?
Richard O'Brien does a sexy show.
Yeah. So we were really excited to get in the room with all these actors and really get down to what story we're trying to tell, what the actors are excited to do, and if they're not excited to do it, then there's no reason we need to do it, right? Working within their consent. And I've done the same thing at Improv Boston, just working on, you know, how to work in the field of improv, which is always on the go. You never know what's going to happen, but also working within people's zones that they feel comfortable working within that day.
Yeah, it's important work. It's important work, and
Thank you.
I'm sure it can't be easy. Like I'm sure it's very challenging. So
It is very challenging. I'm, I've received a lot of training. I'm also mental health first aid certified, which I highly recommend
cool.
to anybody wanting to do this kind of work. It's super useful, really important. And I'm also having the opportunity to do actually a ton of training right now online, which didn't really exist before, but so much is moving online that now, I don't have to try and fly out to Indiana or whatever the next training is going to be. They're throwing all of them online. So I'm actually training now more than ever in this particular area, which is super
that's
exciting for me.
amazing.
very cool. What I know Entropy is doing like a really kind of cool project, like with like people that are in quarantine, like giving them adventures and tasks and stuff. Tell us about that.
Yes, that project is called Domestic Explorations, and you can find it on our website. Our website is entropytheater.com, and we have them archived on the website. We also have it on our Facebook page, which is just Entropy Theater, and we have a group on that page called Entropy Explorers. And these domestic explorations that we started putting out pretty much right into quarantine. Right away, we started putting out these explorations, which we call kind of micro theater experiences. So I said before that I'm not super into theater where people just sit down and be quiet. I love audiences to be involved in some way in the show or in the piece. And with these explorations, that's exactly what they're doing. They get a list of tasks or items or things to observe, things to do that they can do right in their own apartment. And as they move through them mindfully, it kind of creates a theatrical experience for them to go through either on their own or with a domestic partner that they have in their space.
That's so cool. That's
I
so
love
cool.
that.
They are super cool, and it's nice. We did one, the first one that we put out, we had a bunch of people join in at the same time, and then we had like a virtual conversation about it afterwards. And it was such a beautiful experience to watch people's comments roll in about this, where the first one we did, we had like bowls of water. We had people fill up bowls of water around them, and they did kind of meditations, and they interacted with the water in certain ways. And jumping on the comments afterwards, it was so interesting to see how much people had in common. They were doing this thing at the same time, and they could be miles and miles away. Some people are doing these from other countries as well. We have people in South America and in Europe joining in for these experiences. And we saw people joining in the comments just saying things like, "Oh, I immediately visualized a forest." And another person would jump on and be like, "I did too." And it's just so cool to see how much we have in common in the lives that we're living, even when it feels like we're living them all on our own.
Yeah, it gives us a really amazing way to connect with people when it's impossible or not, where it feels impossible, to connect with people in this environment,
Yes, that was exactly our goal.
Oh, that's fantastic. So any other information you want, any questions about that, you can go to that website, entropytheater.com. Do you have anything coming up, like in the next couple weeks or anything?
We do. So this past month, for the whole month of June and also into the month of July now, we have really just been working on our anti-racism plan as a company. So we actually put a pause on all of our artistic projects that we had going online. And we just put all of our resources into learning about racism and oppression that exists already within our industry, and how we can combat that as a company. So that's where all of our energy has been going. And coming out of that work, we have some really exciting plans, some plans that we are very excited about, to be more anti-racist in the future and to make some anti-racist theater. So as we continue that training, we'll be announcing some of that. So stay tuned.
Oh, we can't wait. Can't wait.
Amazing.
It sounds so awesome. Well, thank you, Kaylee, for joining us today.
Thank you.
Definitely check out that website, entropytheater.com. Thanks, Kaylee.
Thanks for having me.
Oh man, that's really cool. And those, I get those email. You can sign up for like an email list with them, where they'll send you all that information about their like domestic explorations and things. That's a really cool. That's a really cool idea. Yeah.
I always think it's really interesting the different ways that people's brains work in terms of like you know, there are a couple ways that that people can think of things, and the way that you think you feel like it's normal, and then you realize that it's actually a more unique trait. I actually have a client who has a form of synesthesia, which synesthesia is when your senses kind of get stuck together. They get mixed a little bit. So like you might smell color or visualize sounds. And she has a form of synesthesia that's like she has a brain calendar. Like there's like a calendar in her brain space that she can visualize, and she can like look at the date and see what day of the week it is. And she and her mom both have it, and they didn't realize, they thought that like everybody could do this. And then, so for a long time, they thought she has a sister that doesn't have it. And for a long time, they were like, why don't you understand calendars?
I mean, I know that's probably like not I guess it's not a bad thing. But I mean, it's something.
No, it seems very useful.
But it's like, man, that sounds like something I could get into.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool to have.
Yeah. How do you get synesthesia?
Yeah, how do you get synesthesia? Well, you're either born with it or you can take drugs.
Oh, you can just take drugs? Well,
you do like psychedelics. I believe LSD often induces synesthesia.
Interesting.
But not usually that kind.
Yeah. All the super motivated and organized people in the world, they are all taking LSD.
All of them.
Every single one of them has a mind calendar. It reminds me of that episode of Sherlock where he goes into his mind palace.
Yes.
And it's like this, right?
Yeah.
Mind palace. That's such a, I don't know. That's a weird phrase.
That's real. That's a real tool you can use to remember things.
Oh, I'm sure it is. My mind palace is just filled with nonsense.
Perfect.
So let's keep trucking right along. I wanted to show I wanted to start a new segment, which I'm very excited about. I know when we started off the show, we said there was nothing cuter than a baby sloth. But I would like to say that there are lots of things that are equally as cute or maybe cuter, but I'll leave that up to you. But this is going to be the first in hopefully a recurring segment called Cuteness Overload.
Yes.
So let's watch this.
Maybe we'll watch it.
Maybe we'll watch this.
There it goes.
Oh, that's a baby pig and a golden retriever.
Animals being buddies. I love this.
Animals being buddies.
That poor turtle.
Turtle needs help.
Oh, wow.
Now, normally, that cat would probably be eating that bird, but that bird seems to be pretty good friends with that kitty.
Yeah, they're buds.
Oh,
that's so cute.
Oh, that bulldog is the happiest thing in the world right now. He's got so much attention. I've got a couple of these with the cats being snuggled by another creature, and it's just they just kind of like are resigned to it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I used to have a dog that would like walk the other dogs. She would pick up the leashes of the other dogs and walk them.
This is, I think, one of my favorite videos because mainly this dog looks exactly like the husky that I have.
Yeah, I feel like you're a little bit biased.
I'm super biased. There's going to be a lot of husky stuff. But I mean, look at that face. How could you not? He's just sleeping. He's just a sleepy guy. That sheep is not taking any
The
garbage.
sheep is not afraid.
Yeah. Don't worry, it's not going where you think it's going. He just wants to go for a pony ride. Little Sebastian is not having any of that.
Little buddies.
Yeah. I love when animals that should be scared of animals that could eat them. Once again, there's another cat being stung by a monkey. The cat's like, well, I'm here. I might as well enjoy it.
This is it. Oh my gosh.
This is the one animal. Like goats, I want a goat really badly, but living in Arlington, I can't have I can't have a goat, which is why I need to move somewhere where I can have a goat.
How did that goat get up there?
I don't know. This cat's being a little inappropriate, but he knows he gets caught. He was definitely just yeah. And there's a dog walking a horse.
Look at that.
Yeah. So
that dog thinks he's human.
That dog thinks he's human. So that's your cuteness overload for July 20th, 2020.
What an auspicious occasion.
It's 7/20. 20. There's 3 20s in today. How about that?
Look at that.
So we'll probably keep doing that because it gives me an excuse to look at cute animal videos. But also, if you have a pet, and I mean, Ellen does this, so why wouldn't we?
Why wouldn't we do that?
I mean, we're basically the Ellen show of 2MB Studios.
Yeah.
Basically. So if you have a cute pet, which of course all pets are cute, send us videos of those pets to the HW Morning Show at gmail.com. Yeah.
Perfect.
That email.
That one.
Let's bring out our second guest of the day. Very excited to have this gentleman on the show. I've been watching he's got some good Facebook videos. I saw him teach his art class. He teaches an art class, and I saw him do an art class where he taught his students how to draw a hand by using the Black Power fist and showing how to draw that. It was such a cool way to use what's going on and putting it into an arts curriculum, which was fantastic. But I can let him talk about that more. Let's bring out TJ Reynolds.
Hello.
Hi, TJ.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How you
Thanks
doing?
for joining us this morning.
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good.
Nice. Got to be good after all those cute animals.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we wanted to get everybody like worked up and in a good mood for when you came on screen.
Yeah.
TJ. I was just talking about that art project that you posted on Facebook with the Black Power fist. That was fantastic. How was that received?
It was received really well for the most part. Like I definitely, I checked with my administration and made sure that they were on board with it. But I think it was also important to me to kind of make a statement of this is what we believe about Black Lives Matter as a school community. And just kind of like, here's the baseline of our beliefs. And so, it was well received. It was posted a lot of places. It was watched like 20,000 times.
Wow.
Yeah, and I've got my like little fair share of people like, white supremacists targeting me for trying to indoctrinate children, or, as they said. But, that comes with the territory. So,
yeah, you just kind of got to
overwhelmingly positive. So, yeah.
And that's what you got. That's the important thing is that it was the you got to focus on the positive. That's the only thing that'll fight the negative. So what are we doing today, TJ? You've got something recorded you're going to show us. Why don't you set that up for us?
Okay, so I did it pre-recorded last night because I didn't want to wake my neighbors too much. But what I've been doing is kind of ever since I moved out here from Indiana, land of the intimacy workshops.
I'm from Illinois, so I feel, yeah, I feel you. Yeah.
But I didn't have the musical community yet, and I hadn't met anybody, so I got a looper and I started working with a looper, and I just found it was really a very peaceful thing to do, to create loops and just explore a soundscape for sometimes like 20 minutes, sometimes like a day or two. I have something looping and have it create this effect on it, because almost any sound that you loop becomes music to your brain. Your brain does something that turns it into it. So, when you're purposeful about the rhythms and the melodies, the chords that you choose, you can have a lot of effect on your brain. So recently I decided to start kind of sharing it publicly and inviting people to do whatever they wanted to do during it. So it's like a musical performance where I'm not the focus, and looking at me is not the focus, but instead, do what you need to do in that time. Do a 15-minute yoga flow, or, meditate or sing along, or whatever it is that you want to do to participate, to get yourself in the same place.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait to see it.
Right on.
I'm going to get nice, and if I fall asleep, though, you've got to
be relaxing. Yeah.
So do your thing for the next 15 minutes and get into a flow.
Oh man, I had to wake up. I'm like, I was like in that zone. That was so great. And there's another like I think what 5 or 6 minutes of that. So
Yeah, there's a 5 or 6 minutes, and I start doing some freestyling on there, and I start singing about starting your day. So that's on YouTube.
oh, wonderful! Yeah, we'll post that on our Facebook. We'll put the whole clip up on Twitch and on our YouTube channel, so everybody can see. Everybody will be able to go and see that, and that's going to be a great like just morning thing to save and play every morning to just get going, man. TJ, thank you so much. Do you have like an Instagram or a like a Twitch or those other social media things you can tell us about?
Well, my Instagram is TJ Reynolds Art, and my website is tjreynolds.net. So you can kind of find everything on there.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, TJ, for joining us today, and we'll see you again soon, hopefully.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, TJ.
Yeah, take care.
Oh man, I feel like centered.
I'm relaxed. I'm ready.
Ready to go.
Ready for the day.
Ready for the day, and we're coming up to the end of the show. Yeah, that seemed we might have to do that as a recurring segment. It seemed like people maybe do like a morning meditation segment of the show. That's a good idea. We might do that.
We'll
make the show 2 hours, and the last hour will just be nothing but meditation music.
Perfect.
I'd be down for that. But first, we have to tell people the answer to our trivia.
Trivia.
because it's we're getting to the end of things here. And let's see. The question was once again, how many moons are in our solar system? And remember, we set you a parameter of it's over 50, but less than 9,000.
Yeah.
And do we have any guesses? I don't know if we had any guesses or not on the chat, but the answer, nope. No, hey, that was Mike. Did you see that? That was Mike.
I saw him.
He's never done that before. It was like seeing a Sasquatch for the first time.
I didn't feel like typing.
Perfect.
Oh, Mike, I love you so much. The answer is 181. 181.
Wow.
That's a lot of moons.
That's so many moons.
That's no moon.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, no, that's that. Yeah, Wolf is right.
Wolf.
And Loaf said it best earlier in the show. I mean, Saturn and Jupiter both have like a ton of moons. So
they're moon greedy.
They're moon greedy. I don't think they like set out and be like, I want all the moons.
Okay, do you know them personally?
Yeah.
Do you know them personally?
I don't know them personally. I just want them. Yeah.
Give me all the moons.
Fred Rogers wants all the damn moons.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh, man.
Which moon is he talking about?
I would guess probably Europa, which is I think is a Jupiter moon.
Pretty sure it's a Jupiter moon.
I could have made that name up, but I'm pretty sure that's one of the Jupiter moons that I
It's a pretty good name. Yeah.
Yeah. If it's not, we should name one.
Yeah.
And while I was looking into stuff, I guess Pluto still not a planet, which I'm still a little bummed about.
I don't.
That's a whole nother show. I don't know that.
Why do they keep doing that?
Scientists changing their views as science dictates they must.
Listen, the definition of a planet is whatever we want it to be. So
that's a great band name. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
So that's our show.
That's our show.
The show is over. We had it just went by, especially the trance bit really kind of, it's been 3 days. We've been going for 3 days. It's Wednesday now.
We've always been here. One more thing.
One more thing. It seems like he's back to being able to type again. There it is. Once
it's
again,
me.
almost. I can't really tell who is who here. Like which one is the mountain and which one is Chloe. That'll be our trivia question for next week.
It's very possible that I squished that guy's head.
Just like like a cantaloupe. It was just Oh, I was so sad. I was like, oh, he won. He didn't.
No, he didn't.
He didn't win. But I do like the way the mountain buys it in the last season. It's so good. Just
the
Game Bowl.
Mm.
So next week, I'm super excited about next week's show. We already have the guests for next week, so I can talk about the guests for next week.
Excellent!
Which is something that we've never done. We've got Michelle Gilliam from Milwaukee. A friend from Milwaukee is going to be on the show, and also the creator and founder of Quarantine Action Wrestling, David Thomas, will be on the show.
Wow.
So we're going to get to talk all about. So all you wrestling fans, tune in, and all you improv fans and Milwaukee fans. Oh man, don't Quarantine Action Wrestling. Don't make me regret my decision to have David on the show. Not the Wendy's guy. It's the different guy, but he might be. He's trying. I don't know.
He has been trying.
But now I don't think Wendy's.
But now not so much.
Yeah. Yeah, Wendy's is not a good
Wendy's
company
has
from
made
what I
some
hear.
choices.
Yeah, some choices that probably aren't the best choices.
Not the best choices.
Yeah.
So
But you know who makes great choices? Quarantine Action Wrestling.
Quarantine Action
yeah.
Wrestling
And
makes great choices.
MKE Improv, which I'm very excited to talk about improv and wrestling next week on Hello World.
Hello World.
So in the meantime, don't forget, add us on Twitch, 2MB Studios. Probably might be where you're watching right now. Just hit that follow button. Also, you can go over to YouTube. We've got a YouTube channel now, and look up 2MB Studios, and we are there as well, so you can follow that. And Chloe, we forgot to. Oh, this is huge. Chloe tonight is going to be on Run On.
Oh yeah,
Chloe is going to be competing on Run On tonight.
That's how I feel about it.
Bless you.
Thank you.
So you will get to see both me and Chloe again tonight at 9.
Guys, if you want to see me fail spectacularly at something, come watch the show tonight. It's going to be a beautiful train wreck.
Yes, you are going to be competing against. We have a nation. Yeah, I hope so. We have a nationwide show tonight. We have Chloe representing. Chloe will represent the East Coast.
Oh no, that's so much pressure.
Representing the Midwest, the middle part of our country, we have Sarah Burns from Chicago on the show, and then from the West Coast, Chris Madden, a friend of the improv scene, who is out in LA, will be on the show. So we are literally in 3 different time zones tonight. Very exciting.
Oh my gosh.
It's gonna be a crazy show tonight. So make sure you set your alarm or set a notification.
Set a reminder. Put it in your calendar.
Yeah, put it in your mind calendar.
Put it in your Mind Palace calendar.
Your Mind Palace calendar. So that's tonight at 9. Let's see what else we have going on this week. I'm pretty sure we've got Donkey Lane coming up. 91 Donkey Lane is doing a simulcast of their podcast on 2MB Studios now.
Wow.
So that I think we're doing that on Wednesday, and then another 69 minutes of Sex with Me on Friday. So it's a busy week in 2MB Studio Land.
Wow.
Speaking of which, I got a lot of work to do. So, good morning, Chloe.
Good morning, Matt.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, world.